Music, Caitlin Clark just dropped some news so huge that it probably shook the entire WNBA, and honestly, can we even act surprised most of you tuned in just to watch her carry the league on her back this season? And now she's officially had enough. Yep, she's outdone leaving for good. And tell me honestly, can you blame her?
She struggled with physical defense she's faced at the professional level and voiced frustration with the league's officiating, recently telling reporters, quote, "I feel like I'm getting hammered and everybody is physical with me, and opponents get away with things that other people don't get away with." That's what Caitlin Clark said.
This league didn't deserve her to begin with. She dragged a dead team to the playoffs after a decade of irrelevance, shattered attendance records, boosted ticket sales, and practically turned her jersey into a best sell. And what did she get in return? A cheap eye poke, shoulder hits, 6-point L, technical fouls, baseless accusations of racism, and a label of being a rude player.
What I am upset about is like, hey man, your meal ticket is under constant attack. There's been dirty plays all season.
If that's the kind of thanks you get for making the league actually watchable, I'd walk away too. But do you know what really broke her, what pushed her to drop this bombshell now? And what did she say that made it clear she's done with all of it? Let me fill you in on the full scoop.
Those guys, they're the racists, when really, y'all are the racists. The people coming up with excuses to hate Caitlin Clark and the new fan base that she brought.
Well, you could see it coming a mile away. The frustration in Caitlin Clark's eyes has been building up for weeks, but the heartbreak hit its peak when the Indiana Fever got booted out of the playoffs in a gut-wrenching loss to the Connecticut Sun.
She's just not built for the physicality of this league. Yeah, and she's not quick enough to get away from the physicality.
With a score of 87-81, Clark was out there playing like her life depended on it, dropping 29 points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds, basically trying to single-handedly drag her team to victory. But guess what? Her teammates decided to take a nap instead while Clark was out there looking like a one-woman army. Her squad was stumbling around, missing shots, and making rookie mistakes.
This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league, and she's a rookie.
Let's start with Tammy Fagbennel. Where do I even begin? Her performance was practically a horror show. She fumbled so bad, making boneheaded mistakes like a shot clock violation at the worst possible moment when the Fever desperately needed to build momentum. And when she wasn't standing around looking lost, she was going 0 for 3, handing the ball back to the Sun like it was a Samhain. Now tell me honestly, don't you agree with Gino when he said,
"Yeah, but she needs to be on a better team."
But hold up, because Victoria Vivians was no better, a veteran player who's supposed to thrive under pressure. Nah, she decided to ghost instead. Just 6 points on 2 of 10 shooting. Seriously, 2 out of 10. She wasn't just missing shots, she was clanking wide open looks that even I could have hit. And then we have Kelsey Mitchell, the reliable scorer, who picked the absolute worst time to go. MIA, 9 points on 3 of 12 shooting, 3 of 12 for someone who's supposed to be one of Indiana's top scorers. She looked completely out of it, hesitating, passing up shots. And when she finally did shoot air balls, it's like she got stage fright just when the Fever needed her to be clutch.
Caitlin Clark was assaulted yesterday in her very first playoff game in the WNBA.
With Clark out there playing her heart out, it was painful to watch everything crumble around her every time she hit a clutch 3 or pulled off some insane play. Her teammates would just trip over their own feet, hand the ball back to the Sun, and give Clark that helpless look like, "Oops, my bad." You could see it in her body language. Every miss shot, every turnover, it was like a punch to the gut. It's not like she didn't show up. She played 40 full minutes of non-stop high intensity, leave it all on the floor basketball, and it still wasn't enough.
It's important that we point this out. One of the things that I brought up this morning in talking about Caitlin Clark is that some of the players, you want to use the word jealousy, fine. You want to use the word envy, fine.
So when the final buzzer rang and Clark was standing there, shoulders slumped, staring at the scoreboard, you could tell this wasn't just a loss. This was a realization, a wake-up call that no matter how hard she pushed, no matter how many shots she hit or plays she made, it wouldn't be enough without a squad that could actually back her up. It wasn't just the end of a playoff run, it was the end of the line for her patience.
If Caitlin Clark is the quote-unquote savior, if she's the golden girl, milk it.
Reality is knocking on the door of the porta potty. The truth is finally coming to the light. The same light that is going to be dimming here in about 12 hours when Caitlin Clark is eliminated from the playoffs.
The entire WNBA practically fell out of its chair when Caitlin Clark dropped the bombshell. She's not just leaving the league, she's jetting off to music. Europe, that's right, the most electrifying rookie the WNBA has ever seen, is packing her bags and saying, "I'm out." And can you really blame her after the relentless pressure, cheap shots, and the constant nonsense she's been through? Clark decided she needs to hit the reset button. This announcement came just days after the Indiana Fever's painful playoff exit against the Connecticut Sun, and honestly, it's no surprise. Between carrying her team to relevancy and getting zero support, this was bound to happen.
There were regular season games this season where Caitlin Clark drew more than 1.8 million viewers. However, I hope Kat Engelbert is ready for disappointment because there's a hell of a lot more of it on the way.
She made the announcement during a somber press conference on September 29, 2024, where she dropped the news that she'd be heading overseas next season. "I need a reset. I need to get away from all of this," she said, and you could see she was done, like mentally and emotionally checked out. She didn't sugarcoat it. Either she called out the league for its weak officiating, the lack of protection from dirty plays, and the endless criticism thrown her way both on and off the court. It was like she was laying it all out there saying, "Yeah, I'm leaving because you guys made this place unbearable."
Let's put this in its proper perspective. When I think about Caitlin Clark, the operative word that comes to my mind is gratitude.
But now everyone needs to understand this isn't just a loss for Indiana, it's a financial and PR disaster for the whole league. Clark's arrival wasn't just a rookie season, it was a full-blown phenomenon from the second she stepped onto the court. Back in May, viewership and ticket sales shot through the roof. Indiana Fever games suddenly turned into must-see events.
The Indiana Fever, all right, with Caitlin Clark, led the league in attendance both home and on the road. Fever averaged 17,000.
Ticket sales exploded by a ridiculous 60%, and every arena she played in was packed to the rafters. During her rookie season, Clark alone pulled in over 500,000 fans just to see her play. One rookie brought in 500,000 people. Let that sink in. She wasn't just a player, she was the main attraction, the lifeblood of the league's sudden popularity surge.
The most dominant team in the league, they can't draw 500,000 viewers for a playoff game. Atlanta Dreamers and the New York Liberals. Again, the Liberals, they supposedly have stars. Remember when ESPN claimed that the Liberals had the new big three? Dreamers, Liberals, 410,000 viewers. The other game was the Phoenix Masculines and the Minnesota Lynx.
And it's not just about butts and seats. Clark was a money-making machine. Merchandise sales, which were dead in the water for years, went through the roof as soon as her jersey hit the shelves. By August 2024, her jersey was the top seller in league history, surpassing even legends like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. Indiana's home court, Gainbridge Fieldhouse, went from being a ghost town to the hottest ticket in town. People were shelling out $200 just for courtside seats. Clark wasn't just making history, she was printing money for the WNBA.
But if you're not delivering the product and you're not making the revenue and you're not, giving people the entertainment that they want, then you're not going to make any money and your league is going to suck.
And now, poof, it's all gone. With Clark heading to Europe, the Fever and the WNBA are staring down the barrel of a financial meltdown. Just look at the numbers. Indiana's average attendance in 2023 was a pitiful 3,000 fans per game. But after Clark joined in 2024, it skyrocketed to 15,000 fans per game, a jaw-dropping 400% increase, all thanks to her. Do the math, and her presence alone raked in over $5 million in ticket sales during the regular season. Without her, say goodbye to those numbers. This isn't just losing a star, it's losing a golden goose. She's the golden goose, and Clark's impact didn't stop at the merch stands. Her influence was a broadcasting game changer. In June 2024, when the Fever squared off against the New York Liberty on ESPN, the broadcast drew in a jaw-dropping 1.5 million viewers. To put that in perspective, that's higher than the average NBA game on TNT.
She's the golden goose. I'm simply saying, the issue is about marketing versus basketball. The merits of playing basketball compared to the merits of bringing marketing into the equation to influence potential decisions.
According to her, the only reason people are going nuts over Clark is because she's a white girl dominating in a sport that's largely filled with black athletes. Excuse me, so I guess dropping 35 points a game and smashing records left and right means nothing now.
Honestly, it's been a lot of nonsense. I think in my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. We had her face on a serious matter that happened in this world, and it's unacceptable, honestly. And there's no place for it. And
apparently, talent, hard work, and straight-up domination on the court don't count if you've got the wrong skin tone. What a joke.
It's an attack on Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's the wrong face for this league because her fans are so racist. Where have I heard this argument before? Oh, Donald Trump may be fine, but all the MAGA people, they're terrible. They're the deplorables.
But that was just the tip of the iceberg. Dean I. Carrington took it to a whole new level of dirty during Game 1 of the playoffs. She didn't just foul Clark, she straight up poked her in the eye, leaving her temporarily blind.
She's got 14,000 followers and it's really easy to ignore, and most people don't know who she is in the sports world. The only reason why people even know who she is because of Caitlin Clark, and she still only got 14,000 followers on Twitter. She doesn't have much of a brand.
And guess what? Not a single foul was called. Seriously, refs, Clark's out there stumbling around like she's just been sprayed with pepper spray, and Carrington's prancing around like she didn't just turn the game into a low-budget wrestling match.
And this woman swats at the basketball and somehow decides to turn her hand down and her fingernails and jab them right into the eye of Caitlin Clark. No foul call. No refs stopping the game to go look. Is this a flagrant? None of that. Just everybody moved on.
And Carrington wasn't alone in this twisted game. Enter Candace Carter, so she went to work on Clark's ribs, cheap sneaky shots that should have had her ejected on the spot.
Your biggest star, your meal ticket, the reason why you have relevancy, just got stabbed and assaulted and nothing.
Clark's out there gasping for air like she's just sprinted up Mount Everest while Carter's throwing elbows like it's an MMA fight, and the ref's probably too busy scrolling through Instagram to notice. Not a single whistle.
On purpose. Is Caitlin Clark making too much of it? Is she exaggerating it, trying to get the call? You can think both things. You can think, hey, this is on purpose and it's a dirty play, but you could also think, is Caitlin Clark making too much of this?
And then, as if the physical hits weren't enough, we've got the verbal cheap shots flying around. Sheryl Swoopes decided to jump in with her brilliant take, basically accusing the entire WNBA fan base of loving Clark just because she's got that blonde, blue-eyed, all-American look. That's why in the end it wasn't the physical toll or the playoff losses that broke her.
What I am upset about is like, hey man, your meal ticket is under constant attack. There's been dirty plays all season.
It was the sheer pettiness, the relentless targeting, the way every foul against her was treated like an afterthought while she got hammered for breathing too hard, but she hasn't booked her tickets yet. It's more like the idea just popped into her head that she should move to Europe, and honestly she should go for it because it's probably the best move she could make right now.